Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel, where all are welcome, ladies, gentlemen, girls, boys, aliens, and lizards. No conspiracy is too big or too small for to be believed here. Welcome. This is your safe place, ladies and gentlemen. We are with the full throttle racing gang for our Friday night live bonanza following the Touring Cars Association 1998. They've taken the Group 4 Tenza and they've given them all beautiful paint jobs to recreate that amazing moment in history when touring cars was at its pinnacle, at its best, when they had Formula One drivers in British touring cars. That's how high the quality was of racing. Industry manufacturers were falling over each other to get their cars on the grid. That's how big touring cars became in Britain in the late 90s. And yes, these guys at Full Throttle are paying homage to that era with their own championship. And I have a table I can read out to you, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure you would like to know who is where. Unfortunately, the names have been changed for their safety, so if you know, you know, and it's relevant to you. If you don't, just enjoy the numbers and the names. It's fun. At the top of the table, it is McEwen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nissan driver is on 265 points. In second is Jokerman, and he is on 205 points. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Liam could wrap up this championship in this very round, the penultimate round. One to go after this, and it's in McEwen's hands whether or not he can take this championship. Third place is Groot on 189 points, and he wants to finish the season with a Nissan 1-2 at the top of the championship, and the Renault driver is in his way. So Groot will be looking for a good showing here at Spa. Did I not tell you? We're at Spa Francorchamps in Belgium. So yes, these guys have got lots of points to make out there today. And in fourth place, New on 188 points, only a point off of the Groot. So New will be looking to maximise his points finish here. Willows is in fifth on 144 points. He's ahead of Pointer in sixth on 123 points. Sharp is seventh on 122 points, and he'll be wanting to pick up some huge points. I think Sharp is STD Ash. Piper is in 8th on 116 points, with Graham in 9th on 95 points. Ellis is 10th on 69.5 points, with Wadwick in 11th on 59 points. Welsh is 12th on 33 points. Spate is 13th on 23 points, and Dickox is 14th on 11 points. The manufacturer's table, ladies and gentlemen, well, I'm sure Nissan have already won it. Vodafone Nissan are racing at the top on 454 points. Williams is in second on 274.5 points. Excuse me. Volvo are third, 267. Peugeot are fourth on 238. Mondeo are fifth on 199. Honda are sixth on 70, and Vauxhall are seventh on 56 points, which I think is pretty similar to what the actual real championship in 1998 looked like. Right then, they're making their way out now, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to get excited. This is qualifying, ladies and gentlemen, and we see our boys taking their steeds out, and this is to prove whom is fastest of the pack, and for where they will start on the grid for the 3 sprint races that we are going to have tonight. And, ladies and gentlemen, I have heard whisper that it's gonna get wet. So the tyre rules are totally out the window. I'm not even going to explain them to you. It doesn't matter. They're going to be using wets at some point, so it doesn't matter what tyre. They'll all be on mediums mostly, if they're not on the inters or the wets. So STD Ash is out there in the lead. In the lead. He's heading the pack at the moment. He's going to have a clean run. But is Groot being smart? Is he boxing clever? Is he tucked in behind the Peugeot looking for a tow? And it looks like he's backing out. It looks like he's giving the pug a little bit of room there to breathe. And JW, he's staying quite close to the Groot at the moment. And I've just seen Willows on his car, so that might be the man that's fighting the Groot for all those very important points. I am going back to the table to check it out. Willow's 5th on 144. No, it's new. It's new. If you see new on someone's car, then they're trying to catch someone up. They're trying to catch 3rd place up. Sorry. Showler. There's only 1 point between Groot and new. I've got a feeling it's a Volvo driver, but it might not be JW. It might be the other Volvo. So they're still making their way on their outlap. There is our potential champion, ladies and gentlemen. McEwen in 4th, Wadwick in 5th in the Honda, with Ghost of Leon in 6th. Then Jokerman 7th. Well, 7th. They're just going round. It's not. I'm just giving you a. There we go. That's new. That's who's in 4th. That's who's making Groot's life a very living agony at the moment. It's Evil Dragon, ladies and gents. Evil Dragon. Keep an eye out for that battle between Groot and Evil Dragon. E. Graham is back after a long stay away, but I did hear one of the 4 drivers were only going to be part-time, so that could be E. Graham. Adam, the beginning, the first of us. Don't eat the apple, Adam. Don't do what she says. Yeah, by the way, ladies, not to bring this into an arena where I don't like to go, but has anyone ever thought about who we'd like to meet in the woods? Because, it's Bear, hands down. So it's not just you guys. Shit. I mean, Sugar, if there's a choice of a woman or a bear that you'd want to run into, Bear every time. God almighty, there is no other answer. How fun. A bear? You only get to see them like at a zoo. So, I'm not offended by your answers. I agree. So, Groot, he's got himself past STD Ash at the moment. And he not only does he want to get up to 2nd, he wants Jokerman out of the picture. He's got to look over his shoulder at the Evil Dragon, Mondeo driver, giving him some jip from behind. The Evil Dragon has not read the script. Has he not seen the championship? Nissan are rulers of the season. And at the moment, Groot looking very much like Perez, not standing up to his teammate. So Groot then heading the pack around at the moment. It's a nice clean lap. We've watched him all the way, and it seems to be smooth. And well, there we go. It's not long, do they? There we go. Groot goes fastest of everybody. STD Ash nearly a second behind. McEwen not even able to beat his teammate on that first run. And so STD Dash, no, it looks like that is the run. It's a one-hit wonder. Jokerman, the bane of Groot. Adam, the first of us, goes fastest of all with Jokerman in 2nd. E. Graham puts it up there. It's like an email. E. Graham in 3rd. Then Groot down in 4th, ahead of his teammate McEwen, who's looking to wrap this championship up. today. Evil Dragon down in 6th. Now he's in sight of the group, but it's not close enough for his liking. SDD Ash is down in 7th with Ghost of Leon in 8th. We've got Gaz Monkey starting in 9th. We'll don't worry, don't panic. We'll get to see the results here right now. Right here, right now. So Adam is on pole. Well done, the first of us. Going faster than anyone has gone in that session. Jokerman in 2nd, and he's in that big fight to stay ahead of the group. In 2nd in the championship. E. Graham coming 3rd in the Mondeo in the qualifying. Groot in 4th. McEwen starting in 5th. Evil Dragon starting in 6th, and he wants to get himself ahead of the group. Remember, they're having their battle for 3rd in the championships. STD Ash is in 7th with Ghost of Leon in 8th. Gaz Monkey starts 9th. JW Talks M Sports 10th. Wadwick in 11th, and the Hoods starts in 12th, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even look at the gaps. Woof. Top 6 within a second of each other. This is going to be a tight race. They're on the grid, ladies and gentlemen. We are wasting no time whatsoever. The lights are on and we are ready for race 1. 9 laps of Spa-Francorchamps, and it's dry at the moment, and Adam off to an absolute banging start in the Peugeot, and E. Graham's having a sniff and a whiff up the inside, but it's not doing. Now he's squirreling hard, and Jokerman will be looking to pick up on that there. He's coming up alongside, and they're heading towards All Rouge together, hand in hand, side by side, but Jokerman runs away with it just ahead, and that's Jokerman putting his nose up and into 2nd place, with Ian Graham slipping to 3rd. Groot in 4th with Evil Dragon exactly where he wants him. Evil Dragon jumping the other Nissan. McEwen saying, you got your own job to do now, Groot. I am here. So Groot, though, has managed to get himself up into 3rd ahead of E. Graham. That squirrel really affected E. Graham and then slipped him way down from where he qualified, as Jokerman is on a push and a shove to find himself Adam. And Groot getting very close for comfort there. And remember, Groot 3rd in the championship. Groot's fighting both ends at the moment, like a dodgy curry the night before. He's got it coming both ends. Groot with the battle with Jokerman for 2nd in the championship. He's going for the move. He's up the inside. The control is all in a dirty patch, has slipped another position as Evil Dragon comes through as well, and this is perfect for Groot at the moment. Championship themselves, my friend. E. Graham then in 3rd, Evil Dragon in 4th. Then we've got Jokerman slipping down into 5th. That was a painful corner for Jokerman there. McEwen in 6th. The sleeping giant, he's taking his time in this race. There's no rush, he says. STD Ash in 7th with Ghost of Leon under attack from Wadwick. Wadwick is coming through, ladies and gents, so be careful. He takes no prisoners. Wadwick then around the outside. Is it? No, is that Ghost of Leon? Who am I looking at? It's Gaz Monkey. So where's Wadwick? Oh, Wadwick's all on his own, sorry. It's Gaz Monkey and Ghost of Leon that were battling there. Gaz Monkey's through. So Gaz Monkey up ahead of the Vauxhall. And Wadwick in 10th. Hoods in 11th ahead of JW, but JW looks to be trying to come back at the Vauxhall driver up the... Oh no, he's on the outside now. So bets have got to go to Hoods, getting on them brakes, but no, JW late brake, swings it around the outside. JW makes the pass. Groot's in the lead, ladies and gentlemen. He has been on the attack. He has taken Adam, the first of us, and now E. Graham and the Ford of Evil Dragon all tucked up behind each other. E. Graham going for a move on Adam. Adam, the momentum momentum has really gone out of Adam's wings there, and now Evil Dragon giving a bit of a bump draft to his teammate to go on the attack with the Groot. Now Adam comes in very late on the brakes, very nice, very controlled, concise, ladies and gentlemen. Evil Dragon were on board with in 4th place as they battle over the lead. Groot leads with Adam in 2nd, E. Graham in 3rd, Evil Dragon in 4th, Liam just taking on the Joker Man in the Renault and moving ahead in 5th just behind us. Oh no, he's coming through. I told you he was waiting. A sleeping giant. Liam now decided this is the time to pull on the trigger. And he's got himself ahead of Joker Man and Evil Dragon, and doing his teammate a huge favour there, taking points away from his closest competitors as Groot leads the way. And does this feel orchestrated? Oh, Adam's going back. Adam's coming back at the Groot. And yeah, this is the perfect scenario for Nissan at the moment to get Groot back into 2nd in the championship. And Groot then leads. He has to deal with the Peugeot and E. Graham, but neither of these figure in the championship really. Adam joining late, E. Graham disappearing for a few rounds. I think he had some undercover work. I heard he's CI5, MI5. He liaised with the CIA over something very important. So Groot leads, but Adam goes for a move around into the chicane, into the bus stop. Can Adam prevail? He comes out strong, but he's got a wiggle on, and Groot also way off the track, so Adam does hold the lead there with Groot in 2nd, E. Graham getting very close, and his teammate McEwen in the action as well as Groot tries to defend from the Ford and helps his teammate out somewhat there as well. Adam looks like a sitting duck coming out of that corner. He must have made a mahash of Lesaur as Groot comes back into contention, and Groot then back in the lead with Adam in 2nd, trying to fend off the Mondeo of E. Graham. McEwen is in 4th. Joker Man's got himself ahead of Evil Dragon, and Evil Dragon, his hopes of clutching 3rd in this championship looking very faded at the moment. E. Graham behind the Nissan now, and the Nissan's looking very strong. Adam just about in the lead, but the Groot's up the inside again, and the battling is hard, and Adam's off the track. He's off the track, he can't maintain, and that's it. He slips in behind the Groot. McEwen there, he'll be gesturing, get out of my way, you were off the track, sir. And Adam fighting for his life against the Nissans here and making a real great showing. Groot leads with Adam in 2nd, McEwen in 3rd. We've got E. Graham in 4th. Joker Man now catching back up with the pack, and he's brought Evil Dragon along with him. STD Ash in the mix as well in 7th. Then we have Gaz Monkey in 8th. We saw him get the move done on Ghost of Leon, and now he has got his sights set at STD Ash. Gaz Monkey then piling on the pressure. Let's get on board for this action. 3rd lap of 9, ladies and gentlemen, and these guys are racing very hard. There we go, sat in 8th place with Gaz Monkey, and you can see the whole field up to 1st place just there. Gaz Monkey can even, you'd be sat there in 8th place thinking that the win is still there. You can still claim a win here with 6 laps to go. Anything could happen. A couple of these guys race a little too hard and take each other out. It's no chance of getting back up there again, is it? And again, Groot and Adam looking like they're going side by side into the chicane, and it's distracting for Gaz Monkey. He's got to try and concentrate on the STD Ash ahead of him, and he's going to be concerned with what's going on up front there. Adam, Groot and McEwen, nose to tail. Adam taking a different line, going tight into Lesaur, and it's Adam, no, again with the wiggles. He gets the wiggles out of Lesaur every time, and Groot then comes up and goes for the move again. Groot in the lead as they head to Rouge, and Adam again sucking on that Nissan exhaust fumes. Joker Man coming into play. Joker Man is in play with E. Graham there in 5th, and McEwen, he's just about holding on to that third place, really. And he's got a big, hefty bunch of hitters behind him coming through. Evil Dragon as well, ahead of his teammate E. Graham. STD Ash under pressure from the Volvo of Gaz Monkey. Then we've got Ghost of Leon having a quiet race, it seems, ahead of Wadwick in the Honda. Then we have JW coming back in this race. Looks like something happened to him early doors, and he's having to make his way back into the pack. And the Hoods in the Vectra is sitting in 12th. But it's Groot at the moment that leads from Adam. Shall we get on board with Adam? We've been on board with almost everyone else in this top 8, and now on board with Adam as he tries to fend off McEwen. And Groot so far leading mostly, apart from the odd times when Adam's led, for the first 4 laps. And now McEwen very much in play now, looking around the inside of Adam, but Adam fends him off. No, McEwen there, we're nose to tail. We're side by side, sorry. Nose to nose is what I was trying to say. But Adam pulls it off, and this view's no good for that sort of racing, is it now, ladies and gents? But there you go, look at it. 3 abreast behind Adam there with the Mondeo, the Renault and the Nissan all side by side. Great racing, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely crazy and great all at the same time. Adam still maintaining that second place, and behind him they are queuing up for a slice of Adam. Groot is just disappearing, he is dipped. And now McEwen then trying to fend off E. Graham. E. Graham back in it with the Mondeo as they head down to Le Shore, and E. Graham's got that inside line, but he's got better momentum, and McEwen's had to slip in behind as they brake heavily for the hairpin. And Adam is back off the track, as is Evil Dragon. So Groot leads with Adam in second, E. Graham in third, McEwen in fourth. We've got Evil Dragon in fifth. We've got Jokerman in sixth. We've got the Dash in seventh. And Gaz Monkey now catching up with STD Ash and giving him what to think about, ladies and gentlemen. What to think about. But STD Ash is closing in on the Renault. Craig in the chat saying good evening, nice liveries. Yeah man, it takes you back to the good old Toka 2 days. So Gaz Monkey all up and in STD Ash's momentum. But Jokerman under pressure as the Fords and the Nissan still crack on. Evil Dragon, remember, he needs to make up points on the group. There's 1 point dividing the pair of them. Jokerman, he's something like about 6 or 7 points. So that's me just taking a mad guess. I have the information. Why guess? Because this is the day and age we live in, guys. We just make up news. If we think it is. And if it hurts us, it has to stop. Let's have a look then. 205 and Groot's got 189. So let me do some quick on-air math. 16 points. Was you impressed? Was you impressed I got there that quick? See, I don't see numbers, I see colours. Groot out there in the lead, 1.4 seconds. Adam in second with E. Graham in third. McEwen in fourth. And Evil Dragon, there's no math to do between him and Groot's score. He is 1 point behind Groot, but at the moment 4 positions behind in this race. That is a lot of points in his book. And Jokerman also losing a lot of points. Groot's going to really close in on that second place. Adam in second, E. Graham in third, ahead of the McEwen. Evil Dragon and Jokerman both behind, and Evil Dragon's gone in. Evil Dragon's gone in. Are there specks of rain? Are there specks of rain in the last bit of this race? Who knows? But Groot stayed out, and we saw how well Groot did at the Nordschleife when the rain came. Be more careful, Groot. Brake a little earlier. Adam in second, then we've got E. Graham in third, McEwen in fourth. All of these guys have stayed out. STD Ash in fifth, Ghost of Leon in sixth. Warwick in 7th, with Gaz Monkey in 8th, JW in 9th, and Evil Dragon and Joker Man maybe just doing a Hail Mary, just hoping that they can get something out of this. Wets for Evil Dragon, Inters for Joker Man. Let's see if it's a gamble or a genius move. Groot out there in the lead. It looks like there's plenty of grip, and I don't see any windscreen wipers flapping today, sir. Craig in the chat saying Toka 2 baby, classic stuff. Silverstone on a Sunday for the BTCC. Yes, man, yes. Just coming out of Britpop, all of the Blur, Oasis, Pulp, Supergrass. The music was vibing, man. The music was absolutely vibing. Touring Cars was absolutely stunning. It was a time. It was a time to be alive, ladies and gents, I tell you. So now, yes, the rain is coming down pretty hefty. Huds has gone. He has gone. That's enough for him. Adam in second. His internet doesn't like getting wet. E. Graham in third, with McEwen in fourth. These guys have all played a gamble. Is it a big gamble or not? We know these cars are absolutely fragile in the rain. Ghost of Leon in sixth. He seems to be chugging on quite nicely at the moment, closing the gap. Warwick in seventh, but Gaz Monkey, we have seen, lit the tables today. He is absolutely flying. And where's STD Ash? I've already gone past him. So, yeah, as Gaz Monkey has slipped, honey. Gaz Monkey was right with STD Ash. So, yeah, it looks like our man Gaz has dropped a couple of places there to Ghost of Leon and Warwick. And, yeah, so Gaz Monkey, now Groot, Adam and E. Graham are going in. Now they're going in. Let's see. Oh! STD Ash has had a spin going into the pits, and he loses a string of positions. Unbelievable stuff. So those early stoppers, Joker Man and Evil Dragon, was it a gamble? Was it a gamble? It does. Oh, Evil Dragon's way off the track. He's the one that went for the wets, but he's not living with Joker Man at the moment on the inters. But we do look like we're heading towards wet weather scenario. So E. Graham then, he's on his way out. And he's not stuck to mediums, has he? He has. He's messed up. E. Graham didn't change his tyres. Groot's put wets on. Adams put inters on. McEwen's put wets on. Joker Man's put inters on. Evil Dragon on those. So it's not worked for Joker Man and Evil Dragon. They're about the same as where they were, but with a huge gap from the leaders. And poor E. Graham, that is a nightmare. An absolute nightmare for him. You've gone in and not done it. You didn't need fuel in this race. You didn't need fresh tyres. He's put fresh mediums on, I'm sure of it. Someone's getting sacked in the pit lane. Groot then onto the wets, still leading. McEwen up to second ahead of Adam now. Adam's on the inters, but we are dipping our toes into the wet tyres. And now you can see Adam struggling to keep the pug on the road. E. Graham then tiptoeing his way around so he can go to the pits again as Evil Dragon closes in and Joker Man, the early pit stoppers. So it has kind of worked for them. They're ahead of someone who was in that top pack. I'm just not sure who. But E. Graham then trying to make his way around. There he is, sorry. Evil Dragon and Joker Man already getting through, but they are a gappage away from the leaders. Groot then, PTSD kicking in from Nordschleife. He's got to keep those brakes nice and early. Stroke the car around the wet track. With McEwen in second. Adam there in third. Adam feeling like the wind's on, but he's got inters and it's just not dipping it too far into the wets. So his inters might come good, but not when he's driving out there. My word. If he's not careful, Evil Dragon will be upon him, and Evil Dragon has got himself ahead of Joker Man. The wets, the inters just not not doing the job they need to do here in this weather. And Evil Dragon at the moment up to 4th, chasing down Adam, but it is mute because the man that they need to finish ahead of is the man leading the race for now, because McEwen, remember, can absolutely seal the deal today. And will he want the lead? He does. He does want the lead. He's not going to help his teammate up into 2nd place. So Groot having to fight for himself here, the penultimate round, and it looks like the gloves are off in the Nissan team, and it's every man for themselves here. With Liam such a championship lead, I thought he'd stay behind the Groot to maximise Groot's scoring potential against other members out there, meaning Evil Dragon and Joker Man. And Liam saying, no sir, I want the win. I'm collecting wins this season. He's pulled over. Has he let through? Maybe just towing. Now we're seeing teamwork, ladies and gentlemen. Giving the Groot a tow. And it does seem like McEwen, at the moment, acting a little bit like Groot's guardian angel. Taking care of the 2nd Nissan. Yes, I spoke out of turn, ladies and gentlemen. I thought McEwen was going for it. But no, it's he's staying behind the Groot at the moment. And acting like a real rear tail gunner. Adam doesn't figure in the championship now. It's down to Evil Dragon here in 4th. Evil Dragon is the man a point behind Groot. And if it finishes like this, he's going to be many points behind Groot. Jokerman is the man 16 points ahead of the Groot. Oh, yellow flags. It's not Groot. It is. No, it's Groot. Oh, and McEwen slowed down. Was there an incident between teammates? Oh my God, I was saying how well they were working together and everything, didn't I? So let's have a look here. Oh, it was barely out, wasn't it? I don't even think it was racing. I just think they were following each other around. And there we go, Groot finding it very wet on the green stuff. And that's turned this race upside down and on its head, with Adam back in the lead, Evil Dragon in 2nd, Groot in 3rd, still ahead of his teammate McEwen, and Jokerman in 5th. OMG, ladies and gentlemen. From a solid gold performance, the Nissans have dropped the ball. They've accidentally run into each other. Liam owes Groot one. I'm sure in the early rounds Groot drove into Liam, but I don't think Liam meant to. I think his car just drifted out and Groot was there. But hey, they were doing a bit of exhibition driving, and that's what you get. Adam coming through on the final lap now. Can't believe his luck, leading the race, with Evil Dragon also drawing level, do we say, with Groot? I don't know. Do they get more points? I don't know how their point system works. These are things you should research when you decide to cover a series, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. And do you know why I didn't research it? Laziness. Absolute, pure laziness. No, I can't see their points set up. So I'm not sure, ladies and gents. But it doesn't look like Evil Dragon wants the Adam to take it, and Evil Dragon twists the knife in a little bit more. No, he doesn't, because Adam's still in the shade. And Evil Dragon, totally out of control of his Mondeo for a second there, has scooped her back up and somehow maintained the lead after sliding pretty much off the road and back on again, nearly taking Adam out. But Adam is there, keeping him company around the outside, and Adam doing the impossible on the inters versus wets. And Adam really does want this win. You can see he's fighting tooth and nail, but Evil Dragon needs the points. This will put him ahead of the Groot, at least, maybe, possibly. And Evil Dragon going for gold, going for the win. Jokerman still will be ahead of the Groot. Oh no, he'll be ahead of Evil Dragon now, because Groot's going to slip down to 4th in the championship, and Nissan cannot believe that they were looking to take 1st and 2nd in the Drivers' Championship are now 1st and 4th when this race comes to its conclusion. So Evil Dragon then at the moment leads with Adam in 2nd, the Groot in 3rd ahead of his teammate McEwen, and McEwen nearly dropping it there as well, and that's the last thing Groot could do with right now, with Jokerman not far behind and the fastest man on track. But Evil Dragon maintains this lead at the moment. And holy smoke, Craig said it's some tough conditions they're trying to drive around in Spa, ladies and gentlemen. And Evil Dragon, what a turnaround. Oh, Adam's going for gold. He's going to throw it up there. And Evil Dragon then contends with Adam, who he really is chomping at the bit there. Adam doing anything he can for the race win. It goes to Evil Dragon, Adam in 2nd, and Groot, oh, unfortunate for Groot there in 3rd, ahead of his teammate McEwen in 4th. Jokerman bringing it home in 5th place. And Wadwick there in 6th. It could have been worse for Jokerman. That's not too bad scenario. JW in 7th with STD Ash in 8th. 9th for Gaz Monkey. 10th for Ghost of Leon. And E. Graham, who always carried on with those mediums. We didn't keep an eye, did we? He's had an absolute nightmare on those mediums. Why not, eh? He's just having fun, like it's like when you take a car onto one of those skid patches. Skid pads. That is the hot brew done and dealt with. E. Graham then enjoying a little slidey Mondeo action, a little slippery when wet motion going on out there for E. Graham as he brings it on home. And the winner's already out the car, congratulating Evil Dragon. Groot, I don't know if it's the rain or he's crying. He's got a very wet face. He shot Liam a look as they got out of the car. It wasn't pretty. And Craig saying, great racing by these chaps. That final lap was splendid. It was amazing. And that's E. Graham then rounding it out. E. Graham. And there we go. Evil Dragon again taking 4 points. And it just really wasn't expected, was it? Really wasn't expected, ladies and gentlemen. That was... Well, that's what happens when the rain comes. It turns it upside down and on its head. Evil Dragon then takes the win. And he needed the points, didn't he, against the Groot. That puts Evil Dragon now up into 3rd in the championship. And the Nissan driver Groot down into 4th. And Nissan look mortified outside the pits. They're shaking their head, and there's a lot of wagging fingers going on down there. And I can't see McEwen. It looks like he is hanging around down in the Honda garage with Wadwick. So, yes. Evil Dragon then takes the spoils with Adam coming. Man alive, didn't he just have he had a snake in his boot, really did, chasing after Evil Dragon. Groot in 3rd. Having an exhibition spin, and demoted him from the lead to 3rd. McEwen in 4th. Jokerman starting in 5th. Finished in 5th, and he's still going to be ahead of the Groot in 2nd, but it is close. It's helped Groot a little bit. Wadwick in 6th, 7th. Groot. It's Evil Dragon that's chasing Jokerman now. Jokerman's got to start worrying about Evil Dragon. JW in 7th. STD Ash in 8th. With Gaz Monkey in 9th. Ghost of Leon finishing in 10th. E. Graham putting the wrong tyres on in 11th. And the Hoods, his internet got wet and he left. Or the internet kicked him. One or the t'other happened there. And now... no one's ticked in yet, so there's no point going to... Well, they may have done. Yeah, they have. So out there having a little practice in the Wayne. Inters for E. Graham. He does have a set then. They found him at the back of the garage. And Evil Dragon still on a high from his earlier win. And again, start at 45. Oh, so we've got a good 6 minutes or so. We can just chill back. It's Friday night, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to the end of another week, and I tell ye, these weeks, these weeks seem real tough. I've stopped with the news. Can't be bothered with it. Fly whatever bloody flag you want, okay? It doesn't really matter. Thank God for pro sim racing, ladies and gentlemen. Thank God for esports. Some nice, accessible racing to take your mind off of the world that's on fire. Unbelievable. I tell you, oh God, I had to go behind the wheel this week. Why not? We're here. We're not doing much. Yeah, the company I work for, they've got an esports room. And every race week they for mental health issues and well-being, they encourage the workforce to have a go in the esports room for 30 minutes to an hour. So yeah, I got to go over and do laps of Baku in their sims. Oh man, I want one. I don't know. I mean, I've got a Fanatec, but I want one of their steering wheels. I don't know what it was, but man alive, that was some awesome schnizzle. And I want... Oh, look, I'm here. We could watch them on track. Someone's going round, isn't they? How selfish. No, listen to me tell you a really boring story. Anyway, I had to go in their sim. It was bleeding brilliant. I really enjoyed it, and I want one. You nearly laid down. It was great. Feet in the air. Although I didn't like the brake. The brake was absolutely... It didn't feel like you were putting it on. It really... It's not like there was any movement in it. You just sort of stamped on the brake, and it didn't feel like it moved, but it was obviously working. I mean, Formula One games aren't really my thing. It feels like you're driving a fart round a track. There's no weight to it. It doesn't feel... You may as well play Wipeout or something, the hover game, when you play Formula One games. It just doesn't... The physics is just... I mean, I'm sure that's what it feels like. I'm sure driving Lando feels like he's driving a fart around a track. But, there's something about saloon cars. A bit of weight, a bit of heftiness. Feels like you're having to fight something around a track. It's fun. So, I'm not... But braking was weird, because the cars were braking. Just didn't feel like there was play in the brake. I really didn't like the brakes. But it's the same, I don't know what, it's a similar setup as me. I've only got 5 Newton meters because I'm tight. But I'm going to ask for it for Christmas. Well, could I have 8 Newton meters, please? I know you can buy cheap ones off AliExpress, but I'd rather have the Fanatec rip-off. I'd rather be ripped off by Fanatec than some Chinese company. Plus, who knows? The safety checks from China are China. It might catch fire or something. So, I usually have everything turned off, don't I? I have the hood and everything off, so you can just enjoy a little goodness. Is it always the Mondeo I watched? No, I'm sure I watched a Volvo, didn't I, last time? Let's have a look. I'd like to see a Renault, but is there one going around? No. So, our choices are... Oh, God. Is Ford, and Ford. So, yeah, Ford, then, ladies and gents. You can watch the winner of race 1. Setting the scenes for us at Spa-Francorchamps. Anyway, I had a good time. I wasn't very fast. I did think it's funny that I commentate on all these leagues. And they're so fast, these guys. And there I am. It's like a wasted experience. Even though I enjoyed it, what a waste time-wise. Because these guys could have actually put in some real good times, or you guys should I say, and I'm there just doing mid-pack times. I was on hard tyres for most of the session. I didn't even know how to change it to softs, so I had to ask someone next to me. I had to say, how do you go to softs? Well, you go in the pits, press 2 and then toggle. Groot in the chat saying my teammate murdered me. Justice for Rob. Yes man, we saw. I tried to play it down a bit, but I did say that McEwen was seen hanging around in the Honda garage. Wouldn't even come up to the garage. The car's up there. He parked the car and then ran down to Honda and was hanging out with Wadwick. So yeah, not great. That was huge opportunity there to get closer to second and first in the championship. And in the end, he's put you down to fourth, my friend. I don't know if you've done the math yet, Group, but I think you're fourth in the championship. I think Evil Dragon's win there absolutely has just demoted you. Truly like Perez, you are following his career greatly. Although I don't think Max he wouldn't give up the position for Perez. He never actually took Perez out though, did he? On a brighter note, I think McEwen's champion now. Oh, bless. Sim racing life, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag. Put it on your Twitter. Can't say X. Put it on your ex. Put it on your ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend. Hashtag out of my life. Hashtag better without you. Hashtag clean your own clothes, you scumbag. We are starting a race in a minute, so I promise you. I don't know what that was about. It's just because of X. It's a weird thing to call a social media thing, X. I know everything X is really cool because X. Malcolm, X. The X factor. X is a cool thing, but just X on its own is really bizarre to call it because it just sounds like you're talking about your ex. Oh, have you seen X? What, your ex-missus? What, Sharon? No. X, the Twitter. Oh, Twitter. Shall we just call it Twitter? Shall we all just agree? Right, oh, hang on. We are starting now, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, there is no tie rule. They're all on the inters. And Evil Dragon starting at the front. I think the third race is a reverse grid of these results. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. Another 9 frantic laps of Spa-Francorchamps. And Evil Dragon really does want to bury the Groot today. Groot then off to a great start, but again, another fight with the Adam. He's done it before, he can do it again. And Evil Dragon then just ahead, and Adam gets his nose ahead of the Groot, so the Groot down in third again. McEwen has had a stark warning from the Nissan team saying none of that shenanigans again. Jokerman then, Jokerman. He's going to be lively this race. Jokerman is going to be wanting to space out his Evil Dragon, remember now. He's not worried about the Showler anymore. His second place really could be in jeopardy from Evil Dragon. The Mondeo driver coming in strong in the wet at Spa. Groot's now ahead of Adam. Well, you say ahead, but Adam's gone in very late. He's gone in very late. He's made the corner, and absolutely amazing driving from Adam. What car control. The first of us, ladies and gentlemen. The first one that walked the earth. Adam, I give you. Don't eat the apple, Adam. You ruined it for all of us. Evil Dragon then in second place then after that move, and Groot there in third. We got Wadwick having an absolute blinding race there in the Honda on the wet tyres. Maybe he's made a great call. The top three all on the inters. Wadwick is there in fourth on the wet tyres, as is STD Ash. We've got McEwen all the way down in sixth place. He's slipping, and has the Jokerman. We saw Jokerman was chomping at the bit. Fourth and fifth last time we saw these guys, and now sixth and seventh being overtaken by the wet runners of Wadwick and Dash. Roderick in the Vectra? No, Honda, sorry. And STD Ash. Oh, Evil Dragon's pulling a move. He's trying to pull a move on Adam, but he's got to get up early in the morning to catch out Adam. Wadwick now up and into third. Who's just slipped? It's the Groot. The Groot. What the bejeebus is happening to this championship? Groot's championship is falling to pieces. Absolutely falling to pieces. A quick look then of what our boy Groot did. Oh, he tried to turn in on the Wadwick, and then again his teammate helped him. Actually, his teammate helped him out there a lot, I think. He owes him a thanks now after the... but yeah, he turned in on the Honda there up the inside of him. Got a wiggle on, but luckily for him, the car behind Wadwick, which was a Vectra, I believe. Oh no, it was the Ash. It was STD Ash. And here comes Joker Man now. Joker Man, he's, well, like I said, I don't think Groot's even a concern for him anymore. He's not even thinking about Groot anymore. Joker Man, he's got to worry about Evil Dragon up there in second place. E. Graham in sixth on those inters. And STD Ash slipping behind Joker Man now. Joker Man moving the Renault up and into fourth place. And looking for some action up there in the podium area. Whoa, both cars absolutely wild through Eau Rouge. And Joker Man managing to stick it in between the two white lines where our boy Adam was a little bit way off. Where is Adam? He's just slipped there. Oh, where is he? Oh, was that STD Ash? Sorry, Adam's in the lead. Sorry. I'm taking away from him. I've got the wrong Peugeot. Adam then sliding the car around. It's getting wetter out there. Very wet now. Adam's all over the shop. And Wadwick on his wet tyres. Wadwick is in for a shout here, ladies and gentlemen. He's ahead of Evil Dragon. Evil Dragon down into third now with Joker Man coming into it. The battle between Evil Dragon and Joker Man is real. And E. Graham comes in hard and fast. And it's getting crazy down here. Crazy in the pack. And Wadwick is going for it in second in the Honda on the wet tyres as E. Graham mixes it up in the middle of the pack. Joker Man just ahead of him, and it's Evil Dragon and E. Graham going at it at the moment, and it's the last thing Evil Dragon could do with right now. Evil Dragon out on the curbs where there definitely isn't any grip. And McEwen there, the lead Nissan down in sixth as Wadwick goes wide. Wadwick goes very wide there, and Adam at the moment looks like he's got a clear shot, but we've got a lot of laps to do in a very soggy track. So Wadwick though on those wet tyres being very impressive in the Honda. Adam sliding out again on those inters, and Wadwick getting very close indeed. Joker Man in third, good for his championship. E. Graham ahead of his teammate, not good for Evil Dragon's championship. Evil Dragon, going for a move on Joker Man, and I'll tell you that'd pay Groot off, wouldn't it, if these two took each other out. My word, and talk about Groot, he's there just behind his teammate, behind those guys. He's dealing with STD Ash right now. And STD Ash on those wet tyres as well. Wet tyres seems to be the tyre working best at the moment. And again, the pack gets bunched up and it's craziness in amongst it all. Wadwick takes the lead, ladies and gentlemen. Wadwick is in the lead of the Adam, but Wadwick be warned. Adam comes in fast and hot in the corners. Wadwick then through Lassaur, fine. Adam again out wild, the back end wanting to move away from him, and how he drives that Peugeot and keeps it ahead of the competition amazes me. It is all over the shop. He's sideways, he's swinging the back end out. It looks like he's got very little control through the corners, but still manages to stay facing the right way and ahead of the competition. McEwen now pulling the trigger on the Mondeos. He's not just going for one, he's going for dos. Hang on, dos. Yeah, dos. He's going for dos. And now he's out on the outside of the track, but he's still clinging on, ladies and gentlemen, but he's not claimed either of the Mondeos, and if anything, he's given Joker Man some leverage to play with. And Adam then going he's trying to be defensive against E. Graham, who looked like he was going around the outside of him. And Joker Man, let's get on board, because this is cray-cray. So Joker Man then behind McEwen, our championship leader. Wadwick in the Honda leads on a wet set of tyres, and they are queued up to try and take his place. Adam in second, the two Mondeos third and fourth, E. Graham and Evil Dragon. Then we got the Nissan ahead of us of McEwen in fifth, and look at them bunching up again in the corners. Wadwick looks like he's lost the lead to Adam. Adam again, he's nippy up the insides, late on the brakes, and we've lost someone who E. Graham went out wide. I saw him Mondeo going out wide. E. Graham's gone wide now. McEwen trying to make some moves on Evil Dragon as Jokerman is looking for an opportunity here. Lap 3 of 9. And behind we've got the Volvos. We haven't seen much of the Volvos today. And JW in 6th place with E. Graham in 7th. And STD Ash is in 8th place. We've lost Groot somewhere along the way. And Groot's championship is absolutely crumbling. His empire has fallen to pieces, ladies and gentlemen. And Nissan will be questioning whether or not to sign him next season. Although, remember, next season, it is all change in the full throttle racing. A new car being introduced, the Atenza, that apparently has been their long-running car, is being retired. It is being shelved. Adam then out there in the lead. Evil Dragon in 2nd. McEwen in 3rd with Wadwick trying to claim. Wadwick with McEwen up the inside. Nissan up the inside of the Honda, and Jokerman tussling away there in 5th place. Then we've got E. Graham back up to 6th ahead of JW, the Volvo driver, in 7th. Groot is in 8th. He's got himself ahead of STD Ash. Then we've got Ghost of Leon in 10th, and Gaz Monkey is in 11th place. We lost Hoods, and did we lose someone else? Adam, meanwhile, duking it out with Evil Dragon. Evil Dragon, it looks like the track's starting to dry up, and I think that's why Wadwick has lost his spunk a little bit there. Wadwick slipping down into 4th because I think the track very much drying. In fact, before the end of this race, I wouldn't be surprised at this rate if someone near the back, like Groot, because he's nutty enough, like a Snickers, he'll go and try and put dry tyres on. But it's ridiculous, because as soon as you touch the curbs, it's as soggy as it was with full wets on. So at the moment then, Evil Dragon leads the way. Did someone just really jump in the back of that ground? Maybe not. So Wadwick, and Jokerman up the inside, and yeah, Wadwick really has got no grip now on those wet tyres. Well, he's got too much grip, maybe. They're slowing him down anyway. Well, either way it works. Too much grip or not enough grip. Jokerman then, Wadwick trying to come back. He's still got some grip, he says. I've still got something in this car. And E. Graham, I don't know where he ended up. Where did he end up? Down here in 8th place, with the Ghost of Leon swaying from one side to another, and Ghost of Leon nearly losing his car. Just up ahead we've got a bunch of Wadwick, and then we got Groot and JW. Wadwick off the road, and JW and Groot trying to make up their mind who goes where, and it's Wadwick at the moment just ahead of E. Graham, and that's Groot there, who is just half a car length ahead of Roderick, and these two absolutely repaneling the cars. Groot's gone wide, so has Roderick, and my good golly gosh, Jokerman is trying to get away from this hustle and the bustle behind him as JW comes in late, but he keeps it in control, and Groot still stays in the head of that little pack, with Wadwick now fighting it out with the Volvo. The Volvo in 6th, Roderick in 7th, STD Ash there in 8th, with Ghost of Leon in 9th, and anything can happen down here, and Gaz Monkey there in 10th. We got E. Graham into the pits. I said there was one mad nutter out there that was going to try dry tyres, and of course E. Graham's already had a practice with those dry tyres. Evil Dragon leads from McEwen. McEwen then trying to take points off, doing what he can for Nissan to make up for race 1's shenanigans. Having a look at Evil Dragon, but Evil Dragon will not be swayed, ladies and gentlemen. Evil Dragon has a mission, and that mission is to finish 2nd in this championship and really stir Groot's pot. And McEwen then is up and around, and beautifully done by the McEwen there. McEwen showing why he is the champion of the season. Evil Dragon then in 2nd, and Adam there, who has been feisty and in the races from the off of the beginning of this round, and it's been amazing stuff. Jokerman in 4th place, with JW now in 5th ahead of the Groot, and they're lining up, ladies and gentlemen, to take points away from Groot. is a conspiracy out there. Warwick in 7th, and Warwick going wild out the corner and nearly taking Gaz Monkey to the Shadow Realm with him. Goes to Leon. He's lingering. He's lingering with intention, ladies and gentlemen, on board. Evil Dragon leads from McEwen and Adam. I know they're having a tight, tense battle, but so are these guys in the mid-pack, and sometimes you just got to take that moment to look around. It can't always be about what's happening up at the top. We've got to see what's happening in the middle. It's like loving a beautiful lady. The top is very good, but the middle is just as much fun. We wouldn't have seen that. Warwick again off the road, coming on, trying to kill the Gaz Monkey, and goes to Leon there. I think he helped Gaz Monkey out there. I think he knew he could have probably whipped it up the side there, but he just give him a gentle pump. And I guess these guys are wanting to catch up with Groot. So Warwick from the lead down to the 10th. This race has been an absolute trauma for him. From absolutely the dizzy heights, and now Evil Dragon is in. Oh, remember, yeah, we had a Mondeo stop. There must have been feedback. There must have been feedback from the second Mondeo, and then Evil Dragon out there on a dry set of tyres, and the track isn't really ready for a dry set of tyres. See, you go out there, it's very wet. So at the moment, Graham. McEwen stayed out on an Inters, and so has Adam. They are duking it out. This is important. There's only, what, 4 laps left? 3 laps? No, because 7, 8 and 9. You have to count 9, and we're only just starting this one. So 4 laps left, I'm saying. And Adam is all up in the McEwen's business. Jokerman, he stayed out on the Inters up to 3rd. JW staying out on the Inters as well, up and into 4th, as did the other Volvo in 5th. Volvo could make a shed full of points here, as Ghost of Leon stays out as well in 6th. There's a lot of laps to do if it dries up quite quickly. STD Ash as well, he's on a wet set of tyres, so even more of a disadvantage. Evil Dragon then onto a set of medium tyres, so he'll be leading if they all pitted at the moment. Graham has jumped a few. He's jumped the Groot and Warwick. Warwick, though, was having a very bad in-lap. I think Groot, though, pitted from P8. So Graham has made up that spot. Adam leads. Big questions now. Big questions in the cockpits of these guys. Big questions of what to do, where to go. McEwen's the fastest man on track. So the dry runners haven't quite done that yet, but you can see the purples are flipping up each sector because the track is getting faster and faster, drier and drier. And these leaders, I just don't think they can maintain. I don't think they can. Well, can they? We'll see. We will be able to see in a lap or two what the lap times are, unless they come in. We'll see which direction they go, left or right, and they've both gone left. Whoa, Adam hanging it out again, ladies and gentlemen. That is one entertaining driver. When you're watching him throw his Peugeot around, it is intense. My muscles start tensing for him. My buttocks muscles. Adam then out there in the lead. STD Ash is in with McEwen there in 2nd. Jokerman in 3rd. JW in 4th. We've got Ghost of Leon staying out in 5th. Gaz Monkey is out, stayed out, but he had a really bad lap last time around for Gaz Monkey in 6th. STD Ash into the pits. Groot ahead. No, sorry, Evil Dragon. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. Groot's there. But no, it's Graham is ahead of Evil Dragon. Graham, though, has been on those tyres a bit longer. He's bedded them in a little bit more. They're a bit warmer for him. So Evil Dragon then in, he's lost a position there to Graham. And Groot there is in 9th. Everything's looking calm and collected. He can see the Mondeos ahead of him. STD Ash out of the pits on a fresh set of medium tyres behind those guys, but 6 seconds ahead of Wadwick. And Roderick, though, he's got a warmer set of tyres than STD Ash, and he's got an opportunity, so he's working on it. McEwen then leads the way with Adam up his hiney. He is the equivalent of a green and gold butt plug, ladies and gentlemen. A novelty Peugeot butt plug that McEwen is sporting. Jokerman in third, 234.8. 234.4, 235.2. Not a great lap from McEwen that last time around. But Jokerman is working on closing that gap. 3.7 seconds behind at the moment. And Jokerman trying to scoop something out of this as Evil Dragon some way down the track, but going very fast indeed. Although he's lost 2 seconds to his teammate, E. Graham, who is absolutely flying at the moment. 32.3 they're capable of, so 3 or 4 seconds faster than these guys, who still have opted. They're going all the way, aren't they? They're taking these inters to the end of the line. So McEwen and Adam taking this fight to the flag and hoping those medium runners behind them. Look at the cameraman, he's on a doobie. JW then in fourth. Great race for JW, great race for Volvo. Shame Gaz Monkey lost a handful of time there on lap 6, because I reckon he would have been all up and in Ghost of Leon's space. E. Graham then, he's 12.8 seconds. 12.8 seconds behind Gaz Monkey. 33.7. Gaz Monkey 34. It's not enough. It's not enough in the laps they've got. These laps have got to really drastically drop from what these guys are doing. I think staying out may have been the correct move. We'll see. It's only going to get slower for them, remember. But at the moment, it seems to be working out for the guys that just stayed out on the inter tyres. Now, I understand those on the wet tyres couldn't have stayed out. They wouldn't have lasted a minute. Oh, Hud's had a power cut, sorry. So, yeah, it was. His internet got wet. McEwen then in the lead, and he's eking it out. He's pulling out a little bit of space and time from Adam. Jokerman in third, not closing in, but a podium might do for him. JW, especially as there's a few people between him and Groot and Evil Dragon. JW then in fourth, with Ghost of Leon in fifth, Gaz Monkey in sixth, still nearly 12 seconds ahead of E. Graham. The gamble did not pay out. Evil Dragon, E. Graham. Yeah, Evil Dragon, though. He's the one that's risked the most. He's ahead of Groot. Well, yeah, I guess as long as he finishes ahead of Groot, he's going to get third in the championship. And Jokerman was already second. They were closing in on Jokerman. But Jokerman, at the moment, looks like he's securing up that second place in the championship. McEwen, he's definitely got to be crowned at the end of this one, and we're on the final lap. So yeah, the guys aren't going to catch him. Brilliant racing there. Split tactics, and one was the clear winner. Goes to Leon, JW, Gaz Monkey, all getting good points out of being brave boys, being very brave little boys. McEwen then pulling even more out on Adam. Has anyone led this much and not got the wins? Who won the first one? Evil Dragon, and this one Liam. And poor old Adam has been in the shout for both of them. He's going to be starting at the back of the grid for the third and final race this evening. Jokerman in third, but Jokerman looks like he's being caught by JW on a set of inters. 2:35.0 from Jokerman last time around. JW a 33.8. Where did that come from? And it looks like JW fancies a podium here on the final lap. Crazy stuff. Goes to Leon in 5th. Gazmonkey still 10 seconds ahead of E. Graham. Evil Dragon in 8th, but more importantly, ahead of his closest rival, the Groot. So Evil Dragon maintains 3rd in the championship, but it looks like Jokerman is going to start running away in that 2nd place. STD Ash in 10th, ahead of Warwick in 11th. So McEwen then, oh, we're a way off yet. We're a way off yet. Don't worry. Jokerman under threat from JW. Goes to Leon. He's on his own. So yeah, no other action. Groot would love to get past Evil Dragon, but I just don't think it's going to happen at this point in the race. STD Ash seems pretty safe from Warwick, and you got to feel bad for Warwick. Man alive. The man got ahead on some great, starting on the right tyre, and it's just, it just went downhill when it started drying up. McEwen then out in the lead, 1.5 seconds from Adam. Jokerman, 0.8 ahead of JW. JW going for a last push and a rush to go on the attack to Jokerman. And here we go then, through the bus stop chicane, ladies and gentlemen. It's got to be this year's champion, hasn't it? That's got to be enough. Champion. McEwen takes the win. Adam in 2nd again. Jokerman rounds out that podium. Could be securing up that 2nd place. JW, great finish in the Volvo in 4th. Ghost of Leon in 5th. These are the guys that did not flinch. And Gazmonkey in the other Volvo, getting himself some good points as well, in 6th place, ahead of E. Graham in 7th, and he finishes ahead of his teammate Evil Dragon. He could have given him the points just to help him, ahead of Groot. Evil Dragon, Groot in 9th, STD Ash bringing it home in 10th. Ooh, some way off yet. And Warwick as well. Warwick starting to find his flow in the Honda, but too far behind now to cause trouble to STD Ash. And STD Ash then bringing it home for 10th place. He was on those wet tyres, stayed out for a while, and then I think he realised that they were just no good, so he pitted, and that kind of just put an end to his race, really. So the Dash comes home in 10th, ahead of Warwick, and you got to feel bad for Warwick. He was there in the thick of the action and deserved more than 11th place out of that race. Great driving from everyone. Great stuff indeed. And we'll watch McEwen celebrate again for the Nissan team. Does that make up for knocking your teammate off in the last round? I'm not sure. So let's have a look at, let's get the replay for any thumbnail action, and then we'll look at the results. There we go. So McEwen has got to have taken the championship with that drive. Champion of this 1998 round. Adam in 2nd place again, fighting for the lead in both the first 2 rounds of this meeting, and not getting the win. It's going to be frustrating for him, especially now he'll be starting at the back of the grid. Jokerman in 3rd, protecting that 2nd in the championship, and with no sign of Evil Dragon or Groot around him, it's a good points haul from Jokerman there. JW in the top 4 in the Volvo. Great work from the Volvo team. Brilliant drive, and picking the right strategy really as well. Goes to Leon for the Vectras in 5th. Great stuff for Vauxhall, and Volvo again in 6th with Gazmonkey. So a good showing for Volvo there. Both Mondeos 7th and 8th. After making pit stops for dries, as did Groot in 9th. STD Ash in 10th. He was kind of had to. He was on wet tyres, as did Warwick. Have to make a stop because wrong tyres. I mean, inters you could get away with, but I think the the wet tyre just wasn't suitable. Ooh, it looks like the sun's just coming down, and we've got a couple of minutes before the next race. Around, I'll even stay on board. We'll do a whole lap of Spa. Someone is. It's Evil Dragon again. He is a star, isn't he? Excuse me. I was trying to move the mic away and moved it close to my mouth as I coughed. I'm so sorry. So, here we go. Passenger seat drive from round 16 winner, Evil Dragon. Up through Eau Rouge. I don't know the corners. Let's not get crazy. I'm not going to call them all out. Now it's a long straight into like a chicane, a right-left chicane. Try and ride the curbs in to get a good line out. As you see, he comes in. Oh no, he doesn't ride that curb at all. And then over this curb, it's a dropping corner to the right. Oh, it's not that dropping. Maybe it's this one that drops and goes to the right. Yeah, so that's gravity against you all the way. And then when you get down here, it's tricky. Just as you want to start bursting it, you've got to brake and go left. And play with the throttle as you go in. And this one's quite a fast left. You gotta mess about. Coming in, playing with the throttle. Again, flooring it. Then we go to the right, and I think it's slower than you think. You get there and think, oh no. Thought I could go faster around here. Swings back to the left again. It's like the okie dokie, this track. To the left, to the right. Shake it all about again. To the right, dropping. This is another one, dropping down a hill. Gravity against you. And building up the speed. You don't really want to lift onto the longest straight of the track. And, the chat looks very active over the other side. I don't want to read it though because we're too busy. This one, a little lift. No lift. Group 4 car, don't need it. So floors it through there, and then heavy brake for the bus stop chicane. Oh, beautiful stuff there from Evil Dragon. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do a lap of Spa, and that is why he was the winner of the first race. God, you don't want to see that floating around. That's realistic, isn't it? So a lap around Spa for Evil Dragon. I didn't read any of their chat. They were going on about something being banned from last season, so I don't know if someone did something wrong. But oh, maybe it was E. Graham who's left. Did he mix his tyres up? Did he have inters and mediums on? Oh God. My internet stopped. Oh no, I'm still here. I'm still here. Let's not panic. Oh God, just about though. Everything's slowing down a bit. Oh, it's all right. It might be just the iPad, not the internet. But the iPad looks really bad. Ooh. Usually when it's the internet, I start going. So I think it's just the iPad picking up YouTube. So yeah, I don't know if E. Graham's coming back, if he's broken a law or something. I didn't notice anything, but I'm not. This is the first season I've followed of theirs. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. You'll have to excuse me. Oh, I think E. Graham didn't have any wet tyres to put on. He says, I guess who forgot to buy wet tyres? Sorry, I will be back. I'm just trying to... Yeah, they're just talking about how the Inters didn't slow down. They were great. Someone said no risk, no strategy. So yeah, now they were just, yes, nothing special, just going on about the Inters. Didn't lose any pace during that race, even when it dried up. I don't know if it's complaining or just a discussion about it's that the Inters didn't feel slower. And E. Graham has joined, so maybe he's gone off to buy some tyres. But I think you can do that from the lobby, so maybe not. And he did have tyres last race. So Groot down to 4th in the championship. That's a hit for the Nissan team. Evil Dragon up to 3rd. He was trying to mount an attack on Jokerman, but that podium for Jokerman last time around has really helped him out in that 2nd place in the championship. I mean, we still have another round to go, I believe, at Brazil. Oh, Brazil's going to be fun. I love Brazil. Don't see it come up very often. I can hear the rain chucking down, so it looks like we're still going to get a wet rain in this 3rd race. Yeah, it's chucking it down out there at the moment for Evil Dragon as he makes his way around. And hard to handle. I think he's on dry tyres as well. So Evil Dragon, he's like our middle of race entertainments. We must protect Evil Dragon at all costs. He entertains us between races. So Roderick on the mediums. They've all opted for a dry set of tyres. Let's hope it stays dry for this race. Roderick on the Honda against STD Ash as they go here for one final time around Spa in the Atenza. It is a huge goodbye to the car they have used for many seasons, and Roderick heads into Le Saux first. Lovely from Roderick there, very masterful as Groot comes through, and Groot is determined to leave this round with a good result. Evil Dragon coming up on his inside towards Eau Rouge, and it's a duke out of the Titans, and Groot there does end up ahead of Evil Dragon, and we've lost Jokerman. Jokerman flying off to one side there in Eau Rouge, and my good golly and gosh. So heading up, look for the Renault. Oh, he just asked for a bit of grass. No, that's fine. Oh, it's McEwen's at it again. He just pulled the Groot move. I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose, ladies and gents. I'm just playing. Come on then, come out of it. What's the matter with you? Oh dear, it's jammed. So Groot then out in the lead. Evil Dragon in 2nd. These two are fighting over 3rd in the championship, but they are also fighting with Jokerman, who's 2nd in the championship. And Jokerman has just been absolutely destroyed and is out of contention, possibly, in this race. And this championship, ladies and gentlemen, may be decided, but 2nd, 3rd and 4th is definitely not decided yet. Groot leads from Evil Dragon. Warwick in 3rd with Ghost of Leon in 4th against E. Graham. E. Graham is looking for a result today. He's had a bit of unluck in the 1st race. The 2nd race, the wrong strat call. And this 3rd race, he's not making another mistake. He is coming in hard, fast, and for the win, ladies and gentlemen, against Ghost of Leon. And Ghost of Leon held well against E. Graham. Great stuff, great racing. McEwen in the mix with Gaz Monkey in 7th, Adam in 8th, ahead of his teammate STD Ash. JW in 10th, and Jokerman 5 seconds behind the pack so far as Groot leads against Evil Dragon. This is crazy. I don't even think Groot will still get up to 3rd by the end of the race if this is how it stays. I don't know, they might both jump Jokerman though. But I still think Evil Dragon is further ahead on points after the last 2 rounds than the Groot is. Well, that championship table is going to be exciting next round. Oh, someone's hit the wall hard. It looked like a Volvo. And it was. I think it was Gaz Monkey. Look at this. It's a reel of mistakes. They're going to hate me. So Gaz Monkey sending it through Eau Rouge Le Sort. Not Le Sort, Eau Rouge Radion. That's the one. He's all up in... Oh, a little wheel there as he was fighting the Ghost of Leon. A little pinky onto the green stuff. And that sent him into the wilderness, ladies and gents. So then, Groot still leads from Evil Dragon, but Evil Dragon is not resting on those laurels. He is all up and in Groot's business, and Groot is definitely aware of it. Groot going a wall of death, and Groot's off the road, he's back on the road. My word, there's a lot of grip on that sand. There's a lot of grip. We're playing Motorstorm now. My word. How can you be on the gravel, Evil Dragon? Maybe Evil Dragon lived again. There's Warwick putting a wheel on the dirt, and the wet stuff really has compacted the gravel, and it's got as much grip and speed on it than the tarmac has. So Warwick at the moment under threat from E. Graham, and like I said, E. Graham wants to walk away from these rounds with something in his pocket. He's put the work in, and luck has not been on his side. Groot leads from Evil Dragon. Now Warwick, E. Graham and McEwen going 3 wide into the bus stop. It's crazy stuff. It might just work. E. Graham 3rd, Warwick in 4th, and McEwen there coming through in 5th place. We've got Ghost of Leon versus Adam there for 6th and 7th. Then we've got JW in 8th, the Gaz Monkey in 9th, and STD Ash and Jokerman feel the rain is already on its way. Who knows? Warwick off the road again and staying ahead of E. Graham and McEwen. Groot leads from Evil Dragon. These two hard at it. As Roderick then in 3rd, trying to fend off the champion Liam McEwen, and in turn they have E. Graham all up and about their busyness. Goes to Liam fighting off Adam there for 6th and 7th. Adam really has been racy today, and he pulls the move up and into 6th, and he'll be wanting to crack on to this little battle here for 3rd, 4th, 5th. E. Graham slipping back to 5th, Roderick slipping back to 4th, and Roderick's on the road and he's taken out Adam. No, Adam stayed with it. God, these are like tanks, these are Tenzas. They just stay on the road. So Adam then, he got absolutely mullered by Roderick, but his car stayed strong. He stayed on the track, and he's into 4th place now as Roderick 5th, goes to Leon in 6th, E. Graham in 7th, JW is in 8th, Gaz Monkey 9th. Then we have STD Ash on a set of inters in 10th, but it's still not raining, and Jokerman onto a set of inters, and yet again it's still not raining. So Groot then leads the way. It is raining now for Groot. His windscreen wipers are on, so I take it back. Evil Dragon as well, but the track's still relatively dry. It's still drivable for the medium tyres. McEwen closing in on that lead battle. Adam as well, 4th. Great stuff from Adam. Ghost of Leon in 5th ahead of Warwick. And the rain is coming down pretty heavy now. E. Graham in 7th with JW in 8th. Gaz Monkey in 9th. And it feels to me like there's going to be a round of pit stops pretty soon. It's really heavy now. And the question is, inters or wets? I suppose after that last race, you've got to take a punt on inters, haven't you? Just in case it starts drying up. The wets are absolutely useless, but the inters are workable. Oh, look at this batch of cars coming in, and they all fit. Yes. So it's STD Ash, 5 seconds ahead of Jokerman. And they're hoping that early pit stop, although it was virtually half a lap they did on the inters before the rain came. And it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight as they make their way through the bus stop. And Jokerman getting closer to STD Ash. Wet tyres for Evil Dragon, inters for the Groots. Again, you've got to gamble on the inters, haven't you, if it dries up. After that first race, when they pitted for dries and the inters stayed together. So Groots gets out of the pits in the lead ahead of Evil Dragon. McEwen as well maintains that third place. Adam maintains fourth. He's gone wets. McEwen's gone inters and Evil Dragon's gone wets. Then we've got Wadwick. He's gone inters. He's in JW. So they've all come out. No one's made STD Dash or Jokerman. I mean, they were at the back when they pitted. So it was a Hail Mary of a chance. And they've gained nothing. Evil Dragon leads from the Groots. Evil Dragon somehow, some way getting by the Groots here. We're on lap 4 of 9, and these all 3 rounds in this meeting have been absolutely intense, ladies and gentlemen. Liam McEwen there in third, champion of this season, season 98. And Evil Dragon there trying, well, he's already got third place away from the Nissan driver there, and both of these are trying to get themselves ahead of Jokerman, who is second in the championship. Started this round, this meeting, 16 points ahead of the Groot, but the Groot in the meantime has lost his position to Evil Dragon. So Evil Dragon was 17 points behind Jokerman, but Jokerman did get a podium in that last race where Evil Dragon and Groot were absolutely nowhere. Adam there in fourth with Wadwick in fifth on a set of intermediate tyres. At the moment it's on the cusp of wet tyres. That's what E. Graham has opted to go for as he chases down Wadwick. JW there in seventh ahead of Gaz Monkey. And Ghost of Leon also on those inters, these 3. Oh, actually, Gaz Monkey's got himself, I think, I'm not sure, JW was doing quite well, wasn't he? I think he may have lost a position to E. Graham there. But Gaz Monkey's definitely got himself ahead of Ghost of Leon, I think, during the pit stops. So Gaz Monkey now giving his teammates a lot to think about. JW talks M Sports under the pressure of his teammate there at Volvo. Oh, I never did tell you what's happening next season. Yeah, they're retiring the Atenza. They're going for the Clio, the Renault Clio, Group 4 Renault Clio, I believe. And they're entering the hot hatch era of touring cars, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll be seeing some more modern liveries next season. Evil Dragon leads by 4 seconds. Groot's really struggling, and McEwen can't stay behind him because he's got Adam behind him. So even if McEwen wanted to give him the points, he's not going to be able to, because Adam is driving with a fire in his belly. So Adam coming up towards the Nissans. Evil Dragon absolutely stretching his legs, and maybe it's the wet tyre. Maybe it is the wet tyre. What tyre did Evil Dragon go on to? I'm pretty sure he went on to the Inters. Groot struggling at the moment with the wet conditions, and Liam jumping out of his way. He didn't want the same thing happening again, did he? And so Liam getting out of Groot's way there in the corner. And now Adam going for a move on the Groot, side by side, coming into a heavy braking corner in the wet. Scary stuff. And Adam outbrakes the Groot, but the Groot's trying to come back up the inside of Adam, and it is not to be done. Adam does a move, does another move in the race. Great stuff, the first of us. He's on the wet tyres, and again easily easily attacking the McEwen. So the wet tyres, the way to go. Yeah, Evil Dragon is on the wet tyres. And the wet runners, but remember, it's easily flipped upside down and turned upside down on its head, because if it starts drying up, the wet tyre does become absolutely useless and pointless. So McEwen then in third ahead of the group. These two on intermediate tyres and struggling with grip at this point. E. Graham on the wets, coming up their rear derriere. They should beware of E. Graham coming up their rear derriere. Warwick in sixth. He's on the inters, but he's doing a cracking job. JW's on the inters against his teammate Gaz Monkey, and these two are having an absolute clash of the Titans right now in the Volvos. A superb race between teammates here. And they're being followed by Ghost of Leon, and you know Ghost of Leon will be rooting for one of them to take the other out. He'll be sat there going, go on, hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him. They're side by side again. And Ghost of Leon getting rather excited by that move. Closes in, does go. Oh, he got so excited he nearly missed his own braking point. So Ghost of Leon then closing in on the fighting Volvos. Evil Dragon still leads. Adam in second, McEwen in third. It's on the cusp of wet tyres, so it's I don't know. Yeah, McEwen 2:48.4 last time around. Adam 2:46.4. Evil Dragon a 2:45.2. So yeah, Adam and Evil Dragon getting the most out of their tyres at this point in the race, as McEwen and Groot sitting third and fourth, struggling with the grip. And E. Graham on those wet tyres closing in. He did a 46.0 last time out versus Groot's 42.50. Jesus, 4 seconds quicker than Groot that last time. So Groot struggling for grip at the moment. E. Graham is just going to scoop that position up. Warwick as well, faster than Groot in the Honda. And they are allowed to change with the... they've got some settings. Aero is one of them, aerodynamics. So maybe Groot running less wing. So he's struggling in the rain, and Roderick. E. Graham's on the wet tyre, which is going to be helping him at the moment. You can see in the corners the grip he has next to the Nissan sliding around a little bit. So E. Graham planted in the Ford. He'll be wanting to make his move anytime soon. Groot though in his way. And E. Graham could do his teammate a huge favour here, taking points away from Groot. Now is how's Jokerman not making any impression down there in 11th. Evil Dragon out in the lead, hoping it doesn't dry up. Also Adam in second. These two read the race very well. McEwen in third. Groot under pressure from the wet, tired E. Graham. E. Graham coming around the outside of Groot there. Groot just no grip to put up an attack on Graham there. So Graham up and into fourth, and looking for a podium here. Roderick doing a great job in sixth at the moment, keeping 3 seconds ahead of the dueling Volvos. The dueling Volvos, and Ghost of Leon trying to close in on those guys, but pacing a little bit slower. I think they're doing 48s, early 49s, and Ghost of Leon, well, early 49s, so it's not too bad. Sync Dash, STD Ash in 10th, and he's being caught by Jokerman. And lap 6 of 9. Anything can happen, but at the moment Jokerman not looking good on the points side of things. Evil Dragon 6 seconds ahead of Adam. E. Graham has got himself ahead of Groot and is trying to make work of Liam ahead. So on board with E. Graham, a set of full wets, but the windscreen wipers aren't going. The rain has stopped. And it could be a free fall now for the wet runners. They're going to lose as soon as there's a little dryness out on track. The inters will come back into the fray, and the wet tyres will be useless. as helpful as a chocolate fire guard. As good as an ice kettle. Evil Dragon then out in the lead, but yeah, it's drying up. It is drying up out there. Evil Dragon will be starting to get a little nervous what the intermediate guys can do. E. Graham already getting some pressure back, push back from the Groot. The Groot now starting to feel the grip, and the wet tyre just not giving up any action here. E. Graham fighting for what he can against the Groot, but with the dry line starting to appear, we're going to see the inters come into play. Wadwick then in 6th, with JW 7th ahead of his teammate Gaz Monkey. Then Ghost of Leon trying to close in 8th. Jokerman does get that position from STD Ash, as STD Ash slips to 11th. Now, there's 2 laps to go. It's not raining. Now, we saw him making mistakes by pitting in the second race. They're not going to do that this race, are they? They're just going to bring this tyre home and realise that the pit stop doesn't work here. I think it's just too long of a pit stop. Adam in 2nd with McEwen there in 3rd. McEwen's tyres starting to come back in. So Groot could be in with a shout here against McEwen, and Adam definitely in trouble for the next 2 laps against Liam. Now, has Evil Dragon done enough? He just wants to finish ahead of the Groot, really, but I mean, having all those cars between him and the Groot is also very good for him. And obviously, Ghost of Leon has sent it into the barrier, and that has given Jokerman another position, helpful. Any point will do at the moment. SDD Ash in 10th, going faster, and Ghost of Leon slipping to the back after a meeting with Barry R. And the sun is out now. It's absolutely beautiful. Liam McEwen is through and past Adam. E. Graham still holding on ahead of the Groot. And Groot, though, on the better tyre at the moment. And E. Graham has really got to fight for everything. Fight for his right to partay. And Groot again putting on the attack as Adam slips further back from McEwen. And at this point, McEwen, it feels like he could catch up with Evil Dragon, even though Evil Dragon had about 4-second lead. And Groot looking ready to pounce on the Mondeo. And at the moment, the Mondeos will be praying for another deluge of rain, but it looks quite splendid out there. A lovely Belgium evening. And E. Graham then having to fend off all of the pressure from the Groot. Now, the Groot's going for a move, not quite. Could do it into braking in, no, not still. The Mondeo holding strong. Groot looking at every space available. Now he's got his car slightly up inside of E. Graham. E. Graham's got the inside line though, and Groot slips in behind. Now Evil Dragon 2 seconds ahead of Liam McEwen. He did a 41.5 last time around. Look at McEwen go. He's done a 37.3. Really is closing in at a rate of knots as they start the final lap. Can Evil Dragon survive the onslaught of McEwen? McEwen doing his teammate a huge favour if he can stop the Evil Dragon winning for the 2nd time in this round. Adam looking for a podium there. E. Graham still trying to keep the Groot, and that's it. The Groot absolutely switcherooed that one, and I think the soft tyres, the intermediate tyres were a big help there as E. Graham now struggles against the Honda. The Honda up and into 5th place. Great drive from Roderick so far. E. Graham in 6th. JW is in 7th. Gaz Monkey in 8th. Jokerman in 9th ahead of STD Ash, and Ghost of Leon in 11th now. Evil Dragon 9/10, ladies and gentlemen, 9/10 ahead of McEwen. 6/10. McEwen absolutely gaining huge amounts each corner they go through. This is a big corner. That's going to be a big gain for McEwen. He's there. He's 2/10. He's 2/10. Just like this fight is 2/10. No, it's not 2/10 anymore. I was waiting. He's back to 2/10. It's so tense. 2/10. I was keeping my eye on the clock. McEwen's going for the move on the wetter line. And that's it. McEwen now up and ahead of Evil Dragon. But it matters not to Evil Dragon. I mean, the win would be nice, obviously. But being ahead of what's Groot's up to 4th. He's got himself ahead of Wadwick. What's he doing? And E. Graham. So Groot on the move. Evil Dragon's points haulage isn't as big as he would have liked it to be. So McEwen there, now in the lead. The final lap. Evil Dragon in 2nd. Adam, the first of us, in 3rd. Groot in 4th. With Wadwick slipping down into 5th. Poor Wadwick, he was having a great race. E. Graham on those wet tyres, dropping like a brick in 7th. JW would like to catch him before the end of the race, and he's had a hard battle with Gaz Monkey, but he seems to have slipped the Gaz Monkey shackles for a bit, and now he's going on the attack to the E. Graham. So McEwen brings it in to the final chicane of this penultimate race as we say goodbye to the Attenzers. He takes another win ahead of Evil Dragon. Adam, is he going to round out the podium? Because Groot's there, Groot got it. Groot got it on the line. Adam in 4th, Wadwick in 5th, E. Graham 6th, JW 7th, Gazmonkey in 8th, Jokerman in 9th, losing a lot of points there. And STD Ash is going to finish just ahead of Ghost of Leon. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. Another great look at the rear derriere of our boy McEwen. Another win. And that championship is sweet and in the bag. Right then. So let us look. Evil Dragon's left. He's unhappy. He's, God, lost that. So he outscored Groot, though. Not a lot, though. So McEwen took the win. Evil Dragon in 2nd on those wet tyres. And Groot in the end just nipping past Adam. What was it? Across the line. 6-2, so yeah, 200ths of a second as they cross the line from Groot and Adam. Wadwick in 5th. Unfortunate for Wadwick, looking like he could have probably, looking at Adam at the end of that, getting a podium out of that one for the Honda team. E. Graham in 6th. With those wet tyres near the end, didn't stand a chance. JW and Gaz Monkey in the Volvo, 7th and 8th, having themselves an absolute blast of a race out there. And then Jokerman in 9th, with STD Ash coming home in 10th, and Ghost of Leon hitting the wall earlier and finishing in 11th. Wow, that was blinding. So, ladies and gentlemen, it all ends. I mean, we've got a champion, but I'm not sure who's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right now in this championship table. And I will let you know next round when we will meet at Brazil for some more stunning racing here at the Full Throttle Racing. Thank you for everyone who organises. Thank you to all those that race. Thank you to you guys that join me in the live stream and chat. And thank you for those guys who watch a little bit later. It's been a blast, and hopefully you'll, you know, you don't have to watch all of the replays, but there'll be a replay this weekend, hopefully, that you'll be like, oh yeah, I'll watch that. And I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much, guys. It's been an absolute, that was great. That was great. Recommend that to a friend, because that was stunning racing there, ladies and gentlemen. In the wet. Fantastic stuff. We look forward to Brazil. It's going to be huge. Huge. And we'll see if Liam and Groot are talking by then. Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love.